Hey, welcome to Module 6. So you've almost made it to the end of the class. Let's get you through this week. You have two major things due this week. One is the final of Sequence 3, which is the presentation. Okay, we'll be talking about that in a second. The second thing is the final exam. We'll talk about that as well. So you'll get to be ready and prepared for the entire week. So last week you started Sequence 3. You should have kind of put this all together already. You've done some research. You've collected your thoughts. You'll be presenting the rough draft of that presentation here in the discussion board by Tuesday. Now, that's a rough draft. That isn't probably a recording at this point. Although you may do that if you want to. This is a recording that you'll be using similar to this, in which you'll be using both audio and visual information. But it might be the script for what you're going to say. It might be the PowerPoint slides. It might be some major component of the presentation. You'll be posting it here by Tuesday. And then by Thursday, you'll be posting thoughtful comments on all of the other peer postings in your group. And then you'll have a little bit of time to go back and take a look at your peer reviews, make the suggestions. Maybe it'll be IEEE suggestions. Maybe it'll be presentation of effective, the way it looks or sounds or feels. You'll have time to make those changes before that final submission is due on Friday. Okay, Friday at midnight is when your presentation is due. So this part here is just practicing it and making sure that you have it in the correct form, format, effectiveness, time. Those are all important things. The second thing that you're going to be doing after you finish the submission of Sequence 3 is a final exam. Now, the final exam isn't something that you have to cram for like you do in some other classes. You're going to be writing a clearly formatted memo. So now you've done a couple of memos through this course. You should be able to do that very well by this point. Make sure that you are following all of the things that you've done wrong in the past. Make sure you correct it for this final exam. But basically, you're going to be answering these 4 questions right here. Tip, include the questions bolded before each answer. Those will be your headings for the memo itself, okay? Number 1, what were the best and worst things about this course? I want you to answer both sides of that, best and worst. I'm not going to mark you down based on things that you didn't like about the course. I am going to mark you down based on things that you don't give examples, or you say there were no bad things about this course. Well, there's always going to be something that you didn't like or could be better. I want to know what it is. Number 2, what did you learn most from Sequence 3? Now, in a regular class, Sequence 3 takes a whole lot longer, and people have time to sort of sit and think about it. You guys don't have a whole lot of time, so you're going to have to think through, what did you learn from Sequence 3 in 2 weeks? That's fast. Number 3, what were your biggest contributions and biggest weaknesses in working with your group with discussion board suggestions? What did you get better at? Again, I know you only had 6 weeks to get better at it, but what worked? What didn't? What did you do well? What should you do better for your next career? Because you'll be working in a group, right? Number 4, what grade do you expect in this course and why? Now, in order to find that out, you can go over here, of course, up to grades, and you can click on your grades and you can scan through them and see. Now, this is a point at which you can correct anything you see that is incorrect. Maybe you thought you turned something in last week and you didn't. This is one last chance to check that. No reminder, I take things up to 4 days late. It's not a whole lot of time. Normally it's a week, but in the summer courses, we need to make that much shorter, so because you're doing 2.5 weeks worth of work in each week. So if you have something late within the last 4 days, I'll take it. That can be one of the reasons your grade is lower than expected. You should be able to actually see the grade that you're currently getting, but do go across and see what grade you expect and why. Now, as one last reminder to you, this is the very last thing that I see from you is your final exam. It's the last thing I'll grade. It is the thing that could bump you up or bump you down if you're right on that cusp, and I have that opportunity to go, should they go up or should they go down? You know, should they get the C? Should they get the B? Whatever it is, these answers, these thorough answers might sway me to bump you up. Vague or unspecific examples with no good examples will probably bump you down. So just keep that in mind. Also, please take a minute to do the surveys and the evaluations. That definitely helps us. I always worry a little bit about the summer courses particularly because I know it's tough to get through all this information in such a short period of time. I am very happy to hear suggestions about how things could be better. So please take the time to do that. And I promise this would be short because you're almost done, and it is. So have a fabulous week. Please contact me if you have any questions about stuff via my email. Remember that the very last time to turn anything in is going to be Saturday for that final exam. Saturday at midnight is the last time to turn in anything. After that, time's up, okay? All right, see you later.